now we're post-game. So we hit an entire third quarter, fourth quarter, end of the game moments that came up. So over 2 days, we basically split a game in all ways that you could. We tried to mix in versatility for all the players in a lot of spots. Defensively, mix in between some 3-4 principles, some 4-3, where it's nice to have that versatility when you need it for stand-up outside guys, 4-down guys, and it's important for us to have the ability to go in and out of some of those looks. Thought it was good offensively. We had some more examples. It's a 2-minute to work down, 2-point plays. So all those were a big factor for us. The way we kind of set the block up, that was another 3-day one. And then tomorrow's practice, we'll start doing some preparation for what Denver would look like, and we could organize that. And then we'll take off Wednesday and get ready to play. So we'll come back, and then the next block of training camp begins for us. So think of it like we're still in camp mode, taking a couple-day break to go play, then we'll come back. We're going back into a camp mentality, another set of installs, another set of things to work on. So long way to go, but we made a lot of progress in 7 practice days. So I just had told the team, so we got a hell of a long way to go. But if we keep getting better and getting closer, those things will play a hell of a lot better together. And so that's kind of what we're hitting on.
Coach, is it safe to say that you all run a multiple defense?
Yes, for sure it is. And big nickel guys, big safeties, 2 safety packages to match up. We've got corner guys, so sometimes you'll see 4 corners out there, 3 defensive ends as a package at a time. You'll see, could be some 3 or 4 linebackers the way they can run. So little packages, not tons, but little ones that could have an impact. This time of year, you plan big. What are you going to do against this scenario, against this one? And then now you have it all in, and then you can bring in what you need for that game plan, as opposed to putting it in the week of the game.
What are some of the advantages to run the multiple defense?
I think it allows you to find matchups that you want. Certainly the offenses are looking for ones. You see so much now. Formations looks to say man or zone for a matchup. Maybe years ago, the huddle came in, got in the huddle and made the call. During shock state, they didn't change a lot at the line. And certainly not at Georgia. They were running that thing. So defensively, did the same. Well, you better have some versatility now defensively, because if you just align and they get the look they want, you better be ready to go. So there's some calls and some checks at the line of scrimmages that defenses are doing more of to say, not so fast. We're going to check. We're going to get into a different alignment where you don't have what you want. So to me, that's where versatility of calls go. The college game is used to it more because so much is 3 and 4 wide receivers at the line of scrimmage, so they have to do things because the person in the press box calling down what the look is. And so it's not that at the NFL at all. The quarterbacks are the ones that dictate this matchup, that matchup. So all the quarterbacks who are so smart in the NFL have seen so much, they don't need anybody upstairs telling them. They see it. This is what we need to go to. And so if you just allow them to do that, can be for some tough afternoons, and so we're going to work like hell to be really versatile.
Coach, I know you haven't had a chance to watch film on today yet, but what did you see from your defense yesterday, and then what were your initial impressions of the defense just not here today?
I thought it was kind of hit or miss from pass rush. I thought I saw some good. Bailey, Jarrett, Beasley had some. McKinley I felt more today. On the other side, I thought Crawford was one, that I felt some. In the secondary, obviously making 2 big takeaways yesterday. When that doesn't happen, obviously that's one of the reasons their team was so ahead. So the takeaways, creating turnovers, being a ball hawk, I didn't feel the same ball hawking intensity that I saw yesterday from the red team. So creating takeaways, why were they ahead 23-7 at the half? That was a big part of it. Good takeaways, good pass rush. And so it wasn't at the same level today in terms of the takeaways. So those are the good ones to learn from.
Thing is Giorgio going to be handling the kickoff duties for
Correct.
This year?
Yep.
Okay. Why was that decision made in place of you putting him in that instead of Matt Bosch?
Well, really that's been what he's done all along. So we were really fortunate with Bosch. That wasn't Matt Bryant's strength. Like Matt, like sniper. He could just lock in on the place kicking duties. For a lot. Obviously early on in his career he did that, but Bosch would allow Matt just to focus on the place kicking. So over the last few years, Bosch double dipped in the early part of his career, and now we can switch back going the other way to do that. So it was more by personnel.
There was a multiple question that he asked you about.
Sure.
You know, when you see, like, I think I saw Bailey playing some in today,
Right.
stuff like that. Talk about the versatility that you have with some of these defensive linemen, that you can do multiple things and do different things.
Yeah, I think it's important that where you have big guys that can play outside or inside, linebackers that can play on the ball or off the ball. When you do that, Vaughn, it allows you to play really strong in some packages. You can imagine a defensive line where Allen's in and Ty's in, Grady's in, and where those are really strong run fronts as well. So then you can add a package of McKinley and Claiborne and Beasley. Jared say that's a rush package. So having those type of moving parts helps. How do you do it? Practice and their communication together, the unrequired stuff together. Hey, man, I'd like you guys to meet and go through some things together. How do you see it together? And those are the things that they need to do a lot of. Where on the field, I'm not in there in the huddle. They are the ones that can communicate a lot.
Do you anticipate a running back emerging to kind of fill Kevin's role with Devontae, or might there be a different kind of shared role?
Today, I would say it'd be a different kind of shared role because although I'm not discouraged by any of them at all, I'm more encouraged where there hasn't been a separation, but not from somebody like he's been down, to see the improvement of guys like Brian, okay, match up to Ito. Barner has versatility, has third down stuff coming out of the backfield. So much like we were talking about, you know, how to use versatile players, we're kind of feeling that way at running back where it might be by some of the skill stuff that they have and how to feature them in that way.
Coach, we haven't quite asked you about the rookie corners yet. What have been your impressions of Sheffield and Jordan Miller so far?
Right. So we're playing both of them outside and inside, both outside at corner and some nickel. I'd say the things that came through from Jordan's side of things, I really feel his length outside, and I think he's got really good ball skills. Why is that so important at corner? On the deep balls, having your back, you know, on the last second, being able to track a ball. I'm running full speed, and then I can catch it out of my eye and make a play on a ball. That's hard to do. You almost have to play like the blur of the ball. And then for Sheffield, it's his speed for sure that allows him to stay down. He can run with all the receivers here, and we've got some fast ones. So having that confidence to stay down, that's a big thing. So I'm encouraged by both of them so far. Last one, yeah.
I know the starters won't be playing in the Eagles Thursday, but
How do you know?
well, Paul mentioned it.
I know, I'm just kidding.
But well, like, can we see maybe some of like the first one, like Chris Middleton, or is it more for guys that are on the level that you can see for Saquon?
Yeah, good question. So going in, it's really important for the rookies. We've got an advantage that 30 teams don't have, where they get really good game experience. So yeah, of course, it's a really important day for the 25 or so rookies. And then to me, the development players, guys who we really spent a lot of time on last year, the Matt Gonos of the world, Kurt Benkerts, who was like, man, we've put it, a good 13 months into him. Let's see where we're at. And then after that, another group of guys to go. So we'll have a good enough size group, but you're right that it's an advantage. And when you're presented with that opportunity, I want to take advantage of it. And so we'll have a big group play, but it's really dedicated to the first time NFL players. And it's a pretty cool experience to say in your first NFL game in the 100th year of the NFL, you got to play in a game that they're recognizing people that done it better than they've ever done in our league. So they're pretty fortunate and getting to have a cool experience on their first game.